Joining us right now is former FEMA Director Brock Long. And Brock, thanks very much for being here. Give us the kind of things FEMA is doing right now, knowing what's coming, even though this storm has been downgraded.
Well, right now, FEMA is working with, the state governors and local officials, hoping that people stay vigilant. A couple things worry me about Dorian right now, and I know that they're worrying FEMA. Question one is, how far west is this storm going to drift over the next 24 hours? The further west it goes, the higher the storm surge estimates are going to be, the more wind impacts you're going to see. And then also the wind field is expanding. So while the intensity may be coming down, the wind field is expanding where hurricane force winds and tropical storm force winds are extending well beyond the center of circulation, which increases the impacts. And right now we just need people, people need to heed the warnings. And it always blows my mind when people think they know better than local officials and try to stay put when they've been asked to leave.
Brock, good morning. Mitch Rochelle. One of the things we were talking about at the top of the show was the folks that do or don't have insurance. So if you are in one of these areas that get devastated by water and wind and the like, and you don't have insurance or you can't get insurance because you're in a flood zone, what are your options right now?
Well, your options aren't great. Insurance is the first line of defense, and that's something that we've been trying to preach. And having run the NFIP program, or the National Flood Insurance Program, any house in this country can flood. And there's a myth out there that a lot of people believe that they don't need NFIP flood insurance because they don't live in a special flood hazard area. But that's just not the case. We encourage anybody to assess their risk and to consider flood insurance, because if you live in an area where it rains, it can flood, and insurance will help you recover far greater than FEMA. So if you look, for example, Hurricane Harvey, when Houston and the area was hit, 80% of the homes were uninsured, and people chose not to buy insurance or were not informed that they could buy insurance. And if you look at the average assistance that FEMA put forward, it's $4,000 to $6,000 versus the average payout of $117,000 from the insurance plans that FEMA offered up in that area.
Brock, this is John Hilsenrath. Do you have a sense of how well equipped the Bahamas are to deal with a catastrophe like this? Now, the Bahamas are in Puerto Rico. It's not under U.S. jurisdiction. But give us a sense of what their infrastructure is and how they compare, for instance, to Puerto Rico for an instance like this.
Yeah, so it's my understanding that the infrastructure is not exactly solid, which was the case in Puerto Rico. And anytime, a country does not have strong infrastructure, meaning strong, and resilient power grids to fuel capabilities, to water sewer capabilities, if they're not maintaining their roadway systems or building them to a more mitigated manner, then obviously these storms have a greater impact, which can also increase loss of life and the recovery time that's there. If the United States gets involved with the Bahamas, it's typically at the direction of the State Department and through USAID. But it's also interesting to see whether or not the British government, brings in the forces that the United States would bring in to, like what we did to Puerto Rico, whether or not that's duplicated by the British government.
All right, we'll be watching. Brock, great to have you. Thanks so much for your insights this morning.
Thank you.
Brock
Pleasure
Long
to be here.
Joining us there.